Alright, ladies and gentlemen, today we're playing Hearts of Iron 4. Specifically, we're playing Finland. We're going to make Finland greater again. And what we're going to be doing today, and probably the next couple of days, is trying to get a specific achievement, which is Northern Light. And now, the terms of this one are, as Norway, Denmark, Sweden, or Finland, you must form your own faction, and then have it contain Finland, Sweden, Norway, and Denmark. Now, the problem with this is that if you delay too long, Germany invades Denmark and Norway, and then they both join the Allies. If you delay, or if you attack too quickly, the United Kingdom will guarantee Norway and Denmark after you kill Sweden, or whichever one you kill first, they'll hit the other one. And basically, you have to get it all done before the global tension reaches about 25, or the Allies will guarantee the independence of all of your neighbors, and then you're just up shit's creek. You don't want to build any factories in Petsamo, Sala, or Karelia. The actual name of the place is Karelia, but they've just got the localized spelling for authenticity. Basically, you don't want to build anything in those three provinces because you're going to give them to the Soviets rather than fight the Soviets. It's just what you're going to do. We're going to take some of these divisions and actually, we'll keep them. I'm going to keep them for now. But I am going to have them train until I can kind of get rid of a couple of the undesirable parts of this. Basically, right now, I'm only producing infantry equipment, but my divisions have a requirement for support equipment because they contain an engineering company in each one. And now, normally I love engineering companies. They're one of the more useful of the support companies. But when you're playing a minor power with 3 military factories, you really can't afford any kind of frills on your divisions. So, yeah. So I'm going to be grinding up army experience while I wait for everything else to trigger, and the reason for that is... Oop, hold on, let me get some fascism here real quick. But, anyway, the reason for that is that my train of thought has been thoroughly derailed. But, anyway, I think I was talking about support divisions, and yeah, you want to get rid of them because you can't afford them. Basically, is the gist of it. And yeah, let's see. Get that fascism support going. I just want to get that all done as fast as possible. I am also going to research Marines because I just feel like it's a good idea. Get my support equipment going as well. Now, the specific order that I'm doing these in isn't really necessarily optimal, nor is it the only way to do it. And I might fail. This is my second attempt so far. Last time I tried it, I managed to start fabricating on Sweden, Norway, and Denmark. But unfortunately, Japan going to war with China tipped the... it's the Spanish Civil War triggering now. Yep. But, the start of the war between Japan and China tripped the national, or global tension high enough that they were able to start guaranteeing everybody, and I actually didn't manage to get any of them. I always go for concentrated industry just because I feel like those benefits are better than those benefits. I mean, you get the same number of factories per state. The factory output's not too terribly different. And then on top of it, you get efficiency retention, better efficiency base, and bomb vulnerability lessened. But I feel like if you're being bombed, you're already losing. And the best strategy for winning is to stick to winning, because losing is a bad strategy. So I go with all of the texts that assume that I'm winning, because I like to assume that I'm going to be winning. Let's see. This province right here is valuable as fuck. Like, that block of resources right there is the single most valuable thing on this entire part of the map. Like, that's nice too. That's okay. That's pretty good. That's okay. Denmark is useless. But the thing that just absolutely stands out is all this steel in Sweden. So our first target's going to be Sweden. If we can take Sweden, then we might be able to fight the war out and win the war. Although I don't think I've ever seen Germany manage to pull off an invasion of the UK. It just grinds. Like, Germany will steamroll all of Europe. I've even seen them beat the Soviets a couple times. But by the time Germany could even consider an invasion of the UK, the US gets involved and the war ends pretty abruptly. Alright. Slowing it down, ditching my support companies. I'm going to convert everybody over to that template and redeploy them north. Might actually switch it up and hit Denmark first this time, now that I think about it. It'll take a long time, because I'll have to... yeah, no, that's a terrible idea, because all of their victory points are down here, and I have to walk down just a fucking, like, 600-mile long choke point to get down to them, so we definitely want to take Sweden first. Fascism when? Fascism where? What we'll do is wait until we can switch to war economy, and then switch our economy law. After that, we'll pick up probably extensive conscription. And by that point we should be fine. I'm gonna give these guys a general. I like the looks of this one. And we're going to go ahead and start planning, because the planning bonuses are time sensitive. The longer you spend planning, the higher your planning bonus gets, basically up to a cap. And I draw it along the coast just so they air towards the coast. Otherwise you wind up out in fucking middle of nowhere, and it's just not helpful. Early mobilization could be helpful for me. Yeah, I'll go early mobilization. I have the political power coming in fast enough. I always go for that silent workhorse if he's available, because political power is pretty indispensable. Alright, how's our infantry equipment situation looking? We have a slight deficit, which should be gone by the end of the year. Let's see. We'll go ahead and jump on that with the industry bonus we have from our national focus. A lot of what we're doing is time sensitive. Yeah, we'll join the anti-Comintern pact just to further deter the Soviet Union. I really don't want to fuck with the Soviets right now. I like the idea of some manpower. Manpower is good. We'll go ahead and grab that up real quick and start here. Alright, we've reached a point where we need to get some extra steel. We'll get it from France because maybe, just maybe, if we get France and England to like us, they won't fuck us up here. It's a thin hope, but a thin hope is better than none. We're outnumbered almost 2-to-1 by the Swedish Navy, so we're not going to bother. I could disband my navy and hope that saves me some manpower, but I mean, it's a good. Actually, that's probably a good idea. It's only 2 heavy cruisers and 4 submarines. I'm gonna disband them for the manpower, because they're not going to beat the Swedish Navy, they're not going to beat the Danish Navy, they're not going to beat the Norwegian Navy, they're certainly not going to beat the Red Navy. So what's the point in them, you know? So yeah, just doing my prep work. Hoping I get some fascism events here soon. Come on. Fuck, it's easier to go fascist as the United States. It really is. I don't know if that's some modern day political commentary on the part of Paradox or what, but you know. No can do, no additional divisions at this time. We have 18, which isn't bad, but you know, could be better, could be worse. Should probably garrison my ports because those crafty bastards will launch an amphibious invasion on you if you're not careful. It's not a bad division setup. I might try a naval invasion, but as I say that, I realize that I literally just disbanded my navy, so never mind. Probably should have remembered my core strategy before I did that, but whatever. You know how it is. National or global tension still fairly low. Shouldn't really start spiking until this happens over here. When the Japanese invade China, it usually spikes pretty heavily. I'm on historical focuses, which means that there's no chance of China accepting being puppeted by Japan. They will fight it out regardless. It's also no chance of them giving up territory after the Marco Polo Bridge incident, which is something that can happen. It doesn't stop the war from happening, but it does give the Japanese an edge in the war, which can lead to China losing a little bit faster. We still can't do any of that, so I think we're going to stockpile and wait for the fascism flip. Really wish it would come a little bit faster. But, you know. Such is life. So I will outnumber the Swedes pretty significantly. Might be worthwhile to train a couple of cavalry divisions as a kind of a, you know, I want to use them as kind of a ghetto tank force because I can't afford actual tanks. I'm Finland. Yeah, this one's fine. So we'll do 4 cavalry divisions and 2 more infantry divisions and hope that gets us somewhere. Let's see. Just gotta keep on top of my technology boost and hope that the fascism comes soon. Come on. You can do it. Random number generator is just messing me up right now. I can really see me missing this because of the German invasion of Denmark and Norway. It got us another military factory. I dig it. We'll go ahead and start down the civilian construction path. Fascism when? I'm going to manual control these guys. I'm also going to train them because right now they're pretty useless. And speaking of, I can get these guys training in the meantime just so they're doing something useful while I wait. Look at me trying to be a major power with my 14 factories. I think that 24 infantry and 4 cavalry is going to be the best place to stop until I can get a hold of Swedish steel. I absolutely need that steel though. Sweden is the economic powerhouse up here, and I mean it's the economic powerhouse of a cluster of minor nations, but it's still the best of the 4, so I need their stuff. Come on, fascism. Fuck. You are kidding me. We're just sitting there. Sitting on nothing. Partial mobilization. It's worth it. We got plenty of political power kicking around. We're already on a decent conscription law, so anything to just ramp up our military while we have the chance, you know? Let's get those divisions down, get them into the formation. 24 divisions pushing south should be enough to win us the war. Honestly, I'm doing pretty well so far this run. I might actually go for a simultaneous declaration on Norway and Sweden, but I feel like if I do that, I'm going to be looking at a guaranteed Denmark immediately thereafter, so not useful. Yay! Fascism. Give to me fascism, yes. Yes! We have made Finland greater again. Alright. Let's get our... yeah, we'll... Okay. Well, let's see. Jesus. Alright. Let's rethink how we're going to do this. I'm going to justify on them. Justify on them. Justify on them. I'm not actually going to attack them because that would be suicidal and stupid. What I'm going to do is try to bait the United Kingdom into guaranteeing these 3 fuckos, and then hopefully they won't have the political power to stop me from declaring on Sweden. Kind of a janky strategy. Not positive how it's going to work out for me, but if it does work, then we'll be in business, and I like that. I like business. Yeah, let's get military youth for the extra manpower. Our concentrated industry 2 is done, so we're gonna go, and there's nothing that I want. Planes. Even though I can't afford to do anything with them. Train all these up to regular, and then we'll be in business up there. We're gonna build. In the meantime, we're gonna build up a stockpile of infantry equipment so we can start utilizing the manpower we're about to hopefully take. And let's check for some shenanigans here. It's gonna fuck up our national unity pretty badly, but it's one of those things, you know. If you're worried about your national unity, you've already lost. We're gonna be winning all the time. Alright, they're good to go. My cavalry divisions are still training. Set them up for a little bit better. They might be able to get the vision we need for invasions based on radar, actually. Now let's get an extensive conscription going. That gets us a measly like 90k extra manpower. Damn. Military youth is going to be an extra 2%, but we were already getting 5% more from militarism. Yeah, we need to conquer some territory if we're going to hope for any kind of bonuses here. Kind of wondering what the UK is doing. They haven't formed the Allies yet. Yeah, no, they're not. They haven't formed the Allies yet. What the hell? What the hell? Holy shit! The Republican Spanish are winning. Wow, that's rare. They must have yeah, they have volunteers from the Soviets as well. They might have gotten an armor division or two that can swing the game pretty quickly. Just for giggles, I'm gonna try this. We're just gonna continue fabricating on them, with the vague hope that they'll guarantee all that shit. I might, you know what? Hold on. Let's cancel all these justifications. And we'll justify on Iraq, which is janky as shit. We'll justify on Turkey, which is you know, it's janky as shit. I need more political power. Yeah, see? Alright, I did that wrong. So basically, you want to justify on something that they're close to, so they'll give a shit about it. Make sure I haven't blown my my playthrough. Alright, so yeah. So we're going to justify on Iraq and then give up on it abruptly. And then we're going to justify on Iran and then give up on it abruptly. Justify on Saudi Arabia and then give up abruptly. And we're just going to keep on going around in that general fashion until we are successful. And that's just how it's going to be. You guys, you now live on our land. Because it amuses me. If I start justifying on Sweden, they'll get involved in my shit, and I don't want that in my life right now, so... How's it going, Turkey? You ready for your completely pointless, guarantee from Britain? Awesome. And yeah, that was a waste up there. I should have remembered how the mechanic worked and done this a little bit more efficiently. But I'm not on a speed run. My only real goal is to get this before Germany gets it. And as time goes on and the, you know, as the number here goes up, the time to justify war goals just gets lower and lower and lower, so ultimately this should work out in our favor. Should being the, you know, operative phrase here. Get more divisions for the division gods. But yeah, it's not a speed run, so I'm not too fussed about how this is going. As soon as we have the political power, we're going to go ahead and justify on the Saudis because, you know, fuck them. I need a ton of political power to do that. Saudi Arabia is lend-leasing to Republican Spain. That's alright. Sure. I wonder what happens if I cut the justification. It's going to be done in February 1922. Wish I had a way of knowing how much political power they have or don't have. Alright, that was factions. We're going to go ahead and get some infrastructure going. I'm missing support equipment production. Damn it. Come on. I mean, I suppose I suppose I can dial back my production of some other shit to maybe consider what was it, aluminum? Yeah, aluminum. Alright, Saudi Arabia, you're not people. Have some justification. And wait for it. What the fuck? Norway is guaranteeing Saudi what? Norway. Fucking Norway is guaranteeing the independence of Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is lend-leasing to Spain. And Spain has... Wow. Holy shit. Yeah, they're getting lend-lease from everyone. Wow. That's crazy. I've never seen that happen before. Well, when they win hard. Alright. So now we're gonna cancel it. We're gonna cancel it because I don't give any fucks. And then we're gonna justify on Iran. And yeah, the goal is basically just to trick the Allies into spending all of their political power, guaranteeing shit that I don't intend to ever attack. It's super janky and could be considered cheating, but I like to think of it as superior Finnish politics. Yes, that's the ticket. Finland is known for its wily politicians. Neat. Alright. I just like to keep them organized. Is all that was. And I also want them to have a general. Now I'm going to have them train. And I think I'm going to have to stop as far as training more divisions goes, because otherwise I'm going to completely sink my manpower. And like I said, I'm just going to give the Soviets Karelia, Sala, and Petsamo, because I'm not worried about losing my only northern port, because I'm going to take a bunch of them from Norway in an ideal world. I'm not too worried about losing this, because all it has is 3 civilian factories, and I'm going to be picking up more from these guys. And Iran has been guaranteed by the British. Now we're going to chill. And yeah, we're basically just psyching out the British by going, oh, Finland, Turkey is Finland, yes. In the ancient days of The Great Finnish Empire, which never existed. Turkey was Finnish clay. And then the British are like, hey, what? No, fuck you. You can't have Turkey. If you attack Turkey, we'll attack you. And Finland's like, lol, never mind. We meant to say Iraq was Finnish clay. And then France is like, hey, what? No. Iraq is... you can't have that. If you attack that, we'll attack you. And Finnish is like, haha, lol, JK. Iran is Finnish clay. And so on and so forth, until eventually no one takes what's going on seriously anymore. And then Finland like slides a note under Sweden's door saying Sweden is Finnish clay. And Sweden is like, hey, anybody got this? We could use some help here. And of course no one does, so it goes downhill. Who to justify on, who to justify on. I'm gonna fucking justify on Afghanistan. Maybe. I feel like the time may have come to start on Sweden. So I'm gonna, and hope it doesn't fuck up. Please no. Ah! Damn it. God damn it. Well, fucking allies. Bullshit allies and their cease and desist orders. You know what? I'm just gonna kill them. I'm just gonna kill them all. I'm killing all of them. Every last one of them has to die. Finland is pissed. Joining the fucking Axis. This is still salvageable. Kind of. God damn. Maybe if I justify on the Spanish. Oh, scary Finland is justifying on Spain. Ooh. Ooh. Wait, no one cares about Spain? Oh shit, this was an oversight. I forgot that it's Spain. No one? Bueller? 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 No one? Okay, so it turns out no one gives a shit about Spain. So we're going to justify on Denmark. And hopefully not fuck it up. This is ridiculous. Man. I'm just gonna boost fascism on them, I guess. Like, it's the only way I can think of tipping them at this point. Hey, you wanna join my faction? You're, hey buddy, you, come on, get in my faction, come on. Hey buddy, you wanna be friends? Hey, I'm people too. Hey guys. I'm gonna get Lithuania. Yeah. That's right. Wait, why? Why don't you love me? Man, alright, well, fuck me, I guess. Hey Latvia, you, Yes. The mighty Sisu and Desist League. Known the world over for its proximity to Russia and tendency to make bold claims about wanting to invade other countries that it will never ever get around to invading. Little known faction. What the fuck? I hate this game. I give up. I give up. I'm done. I give up. I give up. I give up.